that one he dropped of his own fruition. Boing. Yeah, I've gotten to the point where I kind of just bully Rathian, so I probably won't be using this ability that you can do with the Clutch Claw very often because of that. I tend to just bully this monster too much already. He's already limping. Oh, he's on death's door actually. He's not just in danger. He's about to die. So see that nice little skull above his little thing on the mini map. We'll go say hi to him at his nest, or her technically. Rathian is permanent female, so we'll go say hi to her at her nest and capture her. Still, no monster in this game is funnier when you capture him than Devilo, and he's a pain in the ass. But I have a picture that I put on Facebook of it. I captured the bastard, and he had the biggest freaking creepy ass smile in his sleep while he was on the pallet back in town. Like, he knew he was a pain in my ass, and he was just mocking me in his sleep. Every other monster, they have some weird animation in their sleep sometimes. Like the Radabon will sit there and have giant snoring bubbles and do a little weird wiggle in his sleep. But I mean, I use the Guardian armor now. I haven't played with regular armor or no armor in a very long time. All comes down to what you want to do with them, honestly. Ever since getting the Guardian armor for myself, though, I just sit here using it over and over again whenever I create a new character. Makes things a bit easier for me when I do stuff. And Rathian research level's level 3 now. Yay! I can now request flash bugs at the botanical research place. I have been spawning my Palicos in with no armor though, because I put a lot of effort into my Palicos now too. I've been making my cat look exactly the same every time, but I mainly put emphasis on my cat's on the Palico's eyes and their armor, making it like a super bright blue. Okay, so I think I did everything here for the time being. I don't think I have to do anything else in this area right now. Great Jaggers is level 3, Kuliaka's been level 3, Barath is already at level 3, so that's good. Piki Piki's only at level 1 research, which is kind of annoying to me, but we'll level it up eventually. Rathian's waiting to be upgraded to 3, Gyrototus is the same deal right now. Legiana, I think, is at level 2, and I'm pretty sure Odogaron's at level 2 as well. I just haven't talked to Ecological Research, so they both say 0 to me in the field right now. I should hunt Great Gyros, but we got some quests that we need to do real quick. I gotta see what I'm gonna do next before I adjust my equipment and items. Oh, that's sad. It is a way to remember him. I don't think the eyes match mine necessarily, but I have a cat that I miss. She's not dead or anything. She's a baby, so she's too young to have that happen to her, but I miss her. So my cat's fur kind of reminds me of her when I make them in this game. The eyes, though, I would have to like give it like these yellowy green eyes, and it doesn't look good in this game, so I just give them blue eyes. But the fur is pretty much as close as I can get without making a fully brown cat. She was like the one that I make it look like is kind of, she was like a little tiger kitty. She had a beard too, which is kind of funny. I say it was a beard, but she had like this little tuft of hair that was on her chin, and it made it look like she had a little beard going on. It was the funniest thing in the world, but she was my adorable little squeaky friend, and I miss her. Okay, so we have a lot of Coral Highlands quests to do, and then we can move on after well, actually, we're going to do the Ancient Forest quest first, because that one's super easy. Nothing special about it. I'm going to have to eat some rations that they give me during the quest. I'm going to have to switch to the Gilly Mantle, but I'm going to get it done real quick, because it's the last optional quest for right now that we have to do in the Ancient Forest. Just like I think that one that we just did was the last one we get for the Wildspire Waste for right now. I think any optional quests after this are going to be Coral Highlands or Rotten Vale for the time being. But we're going to try and get a lot of these optional quests out of the way. They're beneficial. I will go back to the base after the Ancient Forest quest, though. Instead of to camp, because I want to see if new quests have spawned. Actually, no, I'll do the Coral Highlands ones first, because then I know a new quest will have spawned after I do the Coral Highlands one. Because I think he has us capture the Palumu, and then after we capture the Palumu for the Smart Biologist, he has us capture a Radabon. So, or at least I think he has us capture Radabon. Either that or I'm remembering wrong, and I just capture Radabons for the hell of it. One of the two. We'll see, though. Okay, like I said, I need to grab my Gilly Mantle. And then I need to grab the rations that they provide me during this quest. And eat a couple. We literally don't have to do anything during this quest. The only big monster that I know of that spawns is the Rathian, but this quest specifically is why I got this camp unlocked. I tried so hard to get the large bones and everything for us so we could get this camp unlocked and everything. Because it spawns you right next to the Rathian's nest. So, Rathians are a little bit more annoying than the Abseros. I don't remember how to say their name. I think it's Abseros, or Apseros. Whatever they are, those little dinosaur dudes with the spiky ball for a tail. That were there during the Herbivore quest. I probably will never say their name right. I can't even say it right when I'm not streaming, so I'm not concerned about it really. Basically, they're supposed to come find you and hunt you down when you steal their eggs for the Herbivore egg quest. But I kill the first batch, and then the second batch, I just use the Gilly Mantle. Rathian, on the other hand, will be super violent about things. Usually tries to shoot you with a fireball after you make it through there, because it can't go through that. But the fireball won't go through that and hit you either. This is actually a dragon egg right now, so that's a big egg for a reason this time. But yeah, just like the other quest though, we're gonna use the Gilly Mantle, and it's gonna just make it so we don't have to worry about the second egg. You will see though that Rathian gets a lot closer than I would like, even with the Gilly Mantle equipped. I talked about it during the Herbivore egg quest, but they don't know the scent of their egg, or the herbivores don't, or something. So they don't actually chase down the egg even though you're carrying it. Rathian, on the other hand, it actually says in its description, it will hunt down an egg thief to the ends of the new world. So when it says that, it's not lying. I'm going to pick up this egg with the Ghillie Mantle equipped, and that Rathian's going to be right on my ass for a lot of it. If it's still here, it's going to be on my ass for a lot of it. Yeah, it's still roaring in the same area. I think it's right down here, because it didn't come up this ramp yet. Oh, no. Yeah, it's right here. It'll come back down, and it should be, like, right up my ass when I go through the thing, trying to get me. Oh, there's a material. I want to pick it up, but I can't. Yeah, see, she's already here. She doesn't know where I am exactly, and she's still looking for me, but she knows I'm here. She knows I have the egg. She's not happy about it. I gotta watch my stamina. If I was gonna run out of stamina, I'd drop the egg and I'd have to do this all over again. But yeah, she's not happy about me having her egg. Usually she's literally attached to my character at some point, and I have to like bait a swing of her tail and run out of the way, because she'll think she found me, and then if you bait the tail swing, she gets distracted for a second with the tail swing and you have time to run away. Luckily that didn't happen this time, because that is risky every time I do it, even though I pull it off. But yeah, Ghillie Mantle is broken for these delivery quests. It'd probably be easier if I made the Kulaku gloves too, because of the pro transporter stuff, but I don't really care. Alright, we need to return to camp, and we can take the Ghillie Mantle off now. I might eat the ration just for the hell of it. Super easy. Quest over. We are gonna abuse that trick one more time, but not until we go to the Rotten Vale. We will do it when we go to the Rotten Vale and do the meat lump quest, because there's a bunch of small monsters that are super, super annoying during that quest and will attack you just like the big monsters do. That has to do with some backstory to the Rotten Vale and the evolving ecosystem, and the fact that every day is a fight for food down there. So the fact that every single monster in the area, even the Vespoids, try and attack you when you have the lump of meat, like, it's fighting tooth and nail as far as Rotten Vale goes to get food. So we'll see though. Before I do go do a quest in the Coral Highlands, I want to check expedition-wise and see if the Linean researcher's there. Because if the Linean researcher's there, it's going to help me out exponentially with something that I need to do. So I need the flash pods for whatever quest I do. I need shock trap, and I'm going to take 4 of these just in case. I'm going to have to start farming a bunch of materials and stuff soon. And I don't have the equipment for that right now. I'm also going to change to my hammer. Because pretty much everything in the Coral Highlands I use the hammer for. Vitality Mantle as well. Let's see, can I do that from here? Yeah. There we go. Nice and easy. I'm so happy they fixed that. Normally I can't take care of things like that from my dashboard. I mean, I don't know why I get those advertisement kind of spam things in my chat all the time. I mean, well, you're not a mod on the channel, so you can't. You have VIP status.
We're on the hunt.
Technically, Title should be here doing mod things, but I think he might be asleep or just not a fan of things at the moment, so he's not hanging out right now. It's fine. Usually I have my stream pulled up on like a mini screen on my phone because that's how I was having to deal with that usually if I had to do it myself. Because for some reason an update that happened forever ago with Twitch for the Twitch app made it so for some reason you could not do that command for banning the spam people directly from your dashboard, which was super annoying. Ooh, the Linian guy's in the Rotten Vale. I'm gonna go do this first, and then we'll go do the Coral Highlands quest, because the Linian researcher is actually here. And I'd be a fool not to take advantage of that. The plunders have the most roundabout way to getting them, and you need two things. Well, actually three. You need three things for the plunders. You, one, need an Odogaron in the area. Two, you need to have unlocked the bottom area of the Vale to get the Odogaron in the first place, and the area where the plunders hide. Three, you need the Linian researcher to be spawned in, because it is the only way that the plunderers will spawn in as well. Technically there's a fourth condition, but half the time that fourth condition is done for me when I spawn into the map. We might have to wait on it though, because sometimes it's a little finicky. But it'll still happen regardless of if it's done at the beginning of the map or not, as long as the first three conditions are met. The fourth hidden condition for getting the plunderers, I'll bring it up, but if you've gotten to the Rotten Vale, you've probably seen the Legiana corpses laying around. You can usually carve them for a medium monster bone or something. Odogaron will drag a Legiana corpse to its nest in that main area where we started the fight with Odogaron. And because of that, the plunderer will come out and try and get meat off of the corpse. Which is also a reason why we want to go into our items right now and get ourselves a piece of raw meat, because it's part of the quest. I'm also going to change my equipment back to the ghillie mantle for a second, because I have horrible luck at hiding unless I'm using the ghillie mantle. So we're going to do things the way we should. I'm going to eat too, so that way I don't have to worry about it during the next quest that I do. It'll carry over for me, so I'm not concerned. But basically, for starters, I want to put the ghillie mantle on my tab for right now. You're on the cutscene with the, what the hell are they called? I don't know. The things that remind me of dinosaurs, because they are dinosaurs. I think they have flourishing fauna right now for this area, because there's a lot of mite seeds that aren't supposed to be there and other stuff. I'm going to check this real quick. Yeah, these mite seeds should not be here. Two out of three of those mite seeds should not be spawned in right now. They have flourishing gather points going on. Okay, so Odogaron hasn't done its job yet, but there will be a corpse that gets dragged and put like right here. The Linian researcher's already here, so we have that part taken care of for us. While I wait for Odogaron to drag the body over here, I'm gonna get myself some research points. This is not like the rest of the carryable stuff, like the... Oh, is it even here? Should be like right here. Is it not spawned in? I thought for sure this was the thing that spawned in already. Well, there's supposed to be a little dead body of a Raphanos right here, and you're supposed to be able to get a lump of meat off of it and carry it back. For some reason, it's not spawned in. I'm not entirely sure why. It's a puzzling thing for me. Just kind of like when the Rathian egg didn't spawn in that one time for me either. I don't know what's going on with it. Anyways, I'm gonna go just roam around the Vale and wait for Odogaron to do its thing. We can collect some tracks for him too, so that way he's not a mystery anymore whenever we show up for things. Yeah, here's the Legiana corpse. It's probably gonna take him a second, but he'll come get it and drag it to his nest. I gotta figure out where he is though. I gotta figure out where this fucker is. Usually the Legiana corpse for me will spawn. Ooh, there's lots of Devil's Blight going on. That's fancy. Usually the Legiana corpse for me will spawn up near where Great Gyros is with the Raphanos. And I just have to wait for Odogaron to go grab it and drag it where it needs to go. But this time it's in a weird spot for me, so I don't know if he's gonna get it fast or not. He's it's kind of dumb, so he's got hyper amounts of violence down, but other than that, he's a fairly dumb monster. He's one of those monsters that hyper aggressiveness is pretty much the only trait that shows up for him. There's this little hidey hole here that you can go in. There's nothing really here. You can backtrack from the central camp to get over here though, from that spot up there where that Mandragora is. Nothing real special about this little area here, other than some stuff you can get. I don't think I ever showed that off, but you can hide there from monsters because it's considered a safe zone. Okay, so where is Oda? Oh, he's all the way up top, damn it. Well, he's gonna be taking a sweet time this time, apparently. That sucks. He just yelled at something. The hell did he yell at? Is he yelling at a Radabon? He's gotta be yelling at a Radabon. Yep. Yep, he is.
Bad vibes here. Looks like it's looking for its next meal.
Okay, I'm not entirely sure, but I'm pretty sure if you get the handler to say that dialogue when you walk by an Odogaron, that means he's going directly for the Legiana corpse. From the looks of it, if I look at the map, he went directly for the Legiana corpse, so he's about to drag it back to his nest. So I'm going to travel to the central camp. I wasn't entirely sure about that line of dialogue until right now, because it only happened once for me. Usually, like I said, the corpse is already in his nest when I spawn into the map half the time. So I've never had to actually like hunt him down other than one time and watch him drag the corpse back. But you'll see, just like we fast traveled, if I look at the map real quick, he also fast traveled over into his nest where the Linean Researcher was from Area 9. And like I showed when we went through Area 9, that's where the Legiana corpse was. So apparently that line of dialogue is necessary to trigger him dragging it back to his nest. I'm going to put my Ghillie Mantle on just in case. It's probably a waste of a Ghillie Mantle. I think most of the stuff in the Rotten Vale, other than Gyros, is kind of passive. Even Odogaron is, at least towards the hunter, he's kind of passive. But if we come over here now, like I said, now that the corpse is here, this little dude showed up. He's a plunderer. I'm going to have to try and do this without a Ghillie Mantle, which is going to be a pain, because I don't think I've ever successfully done it without the Ghillie Mantle. You basically have to do a part where you hide real quick, and that's the part that I have trouble with, is hiding. This game is Monster Hunter. It's not meant to be a stealth game, so I have trouble with the stealth aspect sometimes. There's another Devil's Blight up there. Okay, so we don't have to be stealthy yet. We do have to scare the little dude one more time. Unintentionally, of course. We're not trying to scare this little dude. We want him to be our friend. But we do have to scare him one more time. And then there will be a bunch of dialogue that your cat says that hints that you're supposed to put out raw meat when you get to this part. And he'll just stand up there. Yeah. So you want to hit square on the raw meat and place it down and then back up. That's all you want to do is back up. I'm going to crouch over here since I don't have the Ghillie Mantle. And we'll just watch his little green dot in the back from back here, just to be safe. But we put the raw meat out for him, so everything should work. Yeah, there we go. This guy's a little exclamation point. Your Palico's trying to give you a little bit of dialogue and stuff. Do not go over there yet. You will scare him away and waste your raw meat, and you'll have to go get more raw meat. Every time I've done this, I've done it with one piece of raw meat. Some people say to bring backup, but as long as you have one piece of raw meat and you're patient to the point where him and his friends all come down, like right now, they all put their weapons away, they're dancing around the meat, that's your cue to go over here and trigger the dialogue for the plunderers to join your team. You never need a second piece of raw meat as long as you hide efficiently during that part. I've never had them actually take the meat and run away when I failed without the ghillie mantle, and ever since I kept failing with the without the ghillie mantle, I go and get the ghillie mantle every time I try and do this, because it makes hiding super easy. You can just stand right where they go to pick up the food and you'll be hidden from them. So a little bit of dialogue between the plunderers and your Palico, and you get the plunder blade. It is basically a thief weapon for your Palico. If he hits monsters with it, they'll drop materials. It says rare trade-in materials, but that is actually wrong. I have never once seen a trade-in material drop from a monster. What that dialogue should say about the plunder blade is it drops material items when hit with the plunder blade. Because every time I use the plunder blade on something, it will drop random scales or claws or other bits. Sometimes it drops a piercing pod or, you know, whatever throwable the monster drops. Nice. So you already got your first trophy, being back on the game. The first trophy for the game is hiding from the Jagras, so you already got your first one. But yeah, for some reason, if I can show it here in a minute with my Palico stuff, I usually don't show descriptions of things when I do streams, but this one, since it's an error, I feel it necessary to show it. Oh. Apparently dialogue continues in here with your cat, and he told me that we can now get Gyros Tail Raiders. Okay, so an invention of the plunderers that snatches items from monsters when attacking. The quantity of stolen items increases with proficiency. Okay, that's different from what I remember. But it's supposed to... I think the original thing said that it steals trade-in items, basically. And that was wrong. I don't know when that updated, because I swear to God it said the same thing that I was talking about like 2 or 3 days ago when I looked at the plunder blade. So, hidden update maybe. Otherwise, I'm just losing my mind. Maybe it was because I got the DLC. The definition of it was, or the description of it was updated. But if you don't have the Iceborne DLC, maybe it's still the old description. I have no idea. Either way, the original description of the plunder blade was very wrong. Trade-in materials do not get dropped from monsters. And that's basically what I was trying to show off there with it. I have a feeling, like I said though, getting the DLC has made it so mine actually says the right thing now. Or at least doesn't say the wrong thing. It doesn't say anything right about it, but it doesn't say the wrong thing anymore. Alright, so now that that's out of the way, I'm going to check real quick, because every time you go to a new expedition, or you travel to an expedition and go back to a main area of the game, like Astera or the research base, or with the DLC, there's a place called Celiana over here. Every time you do it, these guys get refreshed. So, like, the Linian researcher's here with us right now, but he's also in the Wildspire Waste, if we were to go there now, which this was probably like the Piscean researcher last time we teleported somewhere, you know, stuff like that. There's no one at the Ancient Forest. I have to do something in the Ancient Forest right now, and I'm not entirely sure what it is. Oh, that's what I gotta do. I gotta expedition and... Okay, we're on the part with Rathalos and Diablos now. Okay. I was wondering what that quest marker was, but figuring it out in my head and the fact that Rathalos is permanently in the Ancient Forest right now, it kind of put two and two together for me. Okay, so we're still gonna go to the Coral Highlands even though the Linean Researcher isn't here. In between quests, I will try and check and see if the Linean Researcher has spawned, because after each quest, if I go back to the camp, it puts me in expedition mode, which will give me a chance to try and figure out if the Lineans are here. According to everything that anyone will ever read about this game, the Choral Orchestra is the most broken weapon that you can get for your Palico, and you get it, hence the name, in the Coral Highlands. This is not the case for me. I must be the unluckiest person on the planet, but because the Choral Orchestra basically just has your Palico bestow you with buffs over and over again, he'll give you attack buff, defense buff, earplugs, tremor resistance, stun resistance, whatever you can imagine as a buff, name it, he'll give it to you. Other than like flat out resistances to things like bleeding and whatnot, he will give you buffs. He will give you up to probably 7 buffs at a time, and then I think the game just kind of maxes out your buffs right there, and then he'll just start refreshing the buffs that you already have. Or he'll wait until they run out, and then he'll buff you again. My problem with the Choral Orchestra is the most needed buff that I never get from my Palico is stun resistance. And I swear to God, every time I die due to stun, it's when I'm using the Choral Orchestra weapon and my Palico does not give me stun resistance. He'll give me every other buff under the sun, but he won't give me stun resistance. I get so freaking irritated every single time with that. Like, it's the most needed buff from Choral Orchestra, is just the fact that you need it to give you the stun resistance. And my Palico, for some unknown freaking reason, will never give it to me. And I don't get it. I just don't. He is the most, like, my Palicos are, I'm unlucky, or I just have really dumb Palicos, because they are super frustrating like that and just won't give me what I need. So for me, the most broken weapon for my Palico to use after that giant rant that I just had is either the Godzillaka weapon or the Shield Spire. My Palicos have a really good time using the Shield Spire, and even in the DLC, unprepared as all hell to fight anything that I'm fighting, they tend to do the right thing and make the right judgment calls. There are bug trappers there. Are the other dudes here? I don't know if I can see them on my map. Well, I'm going to check, but there should be some little dudes over here. Oh, they are here. Oh, maybe not. I don't know. Yeah, I have no idea. They might be here, they might not be, but this little area over here, not there, right here, with these arrows right here, that exact spot on the map is where I need to check when the Linean Researcher is here. I'm going to check it now just in case. But I'm also trying to find where the freaking chick is that I gotta talk to. Where'd she go? It did say the Endemic Life Researcher was here. I'm trying to find her exclamation point on the map, and I cannot find it. There she is. Alright, I'm gonna track the Endemic Life Researcher, and then I'm gonna go check on that thing. Over there. Finding the little dudes in this area is super difficult. The quest that they give you is super easy to actually have them join the team and stuff. You just gotta deal with a couple of Zitsuyakus, and I've already shown it, but Zitsuyakus are basically just Kuliyakus with a special ability. They're super useless and real easy to fight. So, it's not really the biggest deal in the world. This chick should be right here in front of me. Yeah, she's right over here. Okay, she wants us to get wigglers in this area. Can I talk to her, please? I'm trying to talk to her again. Alright. Game being picky and all. She wants us to get wigglers. She wants us to get... Oh, I thought she wanted us to get 9. Apparently we only need to get 3 wigglers. Not the biggest deal. I can work on that super easily. I'm not concerned. I can probably capture all 3 with one go while we go check on these guys. I have no idea if they're supposed to show up on the map right now, so they could, or they could just be hidden to me right now. I have no idea. I'm assuming they'd show up as at least a Shamos marker, considering how you usually run into them. But I've never actually checked the map to see, so usually if I find them, I just find them. Oh, they're here. The little green dots are here. Alright, cool. We don't have to wait for the Linian, dude. We can just do it right now. And then we get another quest that we gotta do while we're here. Okay, so these guys are the Grimmelkinds in this area. Basically, you just have to beat the crap out of them real quick. Well, they're Shamos, I should say. Not the little dudes. You just have to beat the Shamos up. After you beat the Shamos up, you're good to go, really. You gotta go talk to them, and where we have to go talk to them is actually where I need to go to get that regular quest done that I was gonna go if these guys were here or not. Shamos are a giant pain. I also need a Shamos. Way to go, little dude. Alright. Dudette. I keep forgetting I made my cat into a female. Based on her name. Go away, Vespoid. No one likes you. Alright, you're gonna be a pain in my ass if I don't get rid of you. Come on. There we go. Was not in the mood to get shocked and paralyzed by a Vespoid. Anyways, we got really lucky because usually I spend forever trying to find those guys unless the Linian researchers spawned into the map. It might just be that I'm naturally unlucky in that situation, too. And the Linian researcher just makes it easier on me. Maybe the people get a lot luckier than I do finding these little dudes. But if that's the case, good on whoever's super lucky about it. That's all I got. But me personally, not lucky at all. Alright, I'm gonna go into my item pouch and re-enable my net. I didn't even know you could disable those things on the hotbar until like 2 days ago. When I did it on accident. So, that was a thing. Okay. I'm gonna equip my ghillie mantle before the cutscene, and it should leave my ghillie mantle on. But basically I'm equipping the ghillie mantle because if you remember, the wigglers are afraid of people. Well, they're afraid of anything. So if you get too close, they'll disappear on you. I want to try and angle it so I can get 3 of them at once, so I don't have to worry about it too much. Oh, I only got 1 with that one. Shit. Alright. No, I got 2. Okay, cool. And they despawned. But basically, I can just grab a couple other ones real quick and call it good. And then we'll go worry about side quests. I definitely botched that a little bit, but no big deal. Okay. See you when you get back in a bit, Lotus. Yeah. The Piscine researcher guy in this area, I believe... Oh, I get to show off the rope lift. The Piscine researcher in this area, I believe, is the one that asked for the gunpowder fish. As I said, once we get his quest, I'm gonna get the gunpowder fish from the Rotten Vale, because I know where to get it over there. You can get it with regular bait too. You don't need anything fancy to try and get it, so no big deal there. We just have to get the quest for it, and then I'll go do it. Yeah, I don't know how, but we got super lucky with the Linian researchers spawning in on the Rotten Vale, and now we got super lucky with those guys actually spawning in without him here. I'm definitely happy about it. Just hate using all of my luck up in one go, you know? Because I am someone who has some horrible luck a lot of the time, so using it all up that fast is kind of risky. Either way, we got the bounty done just in time because our Gilly Mantle ran out as I finished the quest. I'm going to go disable the net again because I don't need it anymore right now. And we're going to fast travel back to the camp so we can do a bunch of side quests in the Coral Highlands. We're going to start with the thing for these little dudes. Because it's a large monster quest and it's super easy. Like I said, all you have to do is beat the crap out of a couple Zitsuyakus. You can capture them if you want to. I'm going to try and at least capture one of them. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do it, but I am going to try and capture at least one of them, if not both. Because capturing them gives me a lot of materials that I'm going to need. I'm going to mess with my item bar real quick. I don't know why my item bar gets so messed up, but whatever. Okay, so I already ate, I think. I don't think I can eat. Oh, I can eat. Okay. And if anything at all, though, it's just going to give me a stat boost and some stamina. I'm still going to go through with it because stamina is really the only important thing about eating right now for me. My health is kind of high.
Are you okay?
So let's claim our rewards, and then I'll do the quest for the... what are these guys called? I can't view my guild card either. I was going to say, if I can view my guild card, I can actually know what they're called, but I don't remember what they're called. Each one of the little Palico dudes has their own, like, special name and stuff. Oh, these guys are called the Troopers. Okay. Like, as in, like, the musical term for troopers and not, like, troopers in the army kind of deal. I guess that's what it is. I think that's what it is. There's only like 2 spellings of troopers that I know of in my brain. So I'm going to use a voucher for this since we're going to get double vouchers because of the event and stuff. It's a free $9,000 extra for completing the quest. So that's the only reason I'm doing it right now. I think there's supposed to be something to do with vouchers that's supposed to get you more rewards from the monster during the quest. Unfortunately, that is never the case for me. Whenever I use a voucher, the only thing it ever does for me is boost the amount of money I get from the quest. And that's all it ever does. I've never had it do anything else for me. Oh, I need to grab my Vitality Mantle. I don't need the Gilly Mantle. At least not in this area. All of the quests we have to do in this area, I do not need the Gilly Mantle for, so... It would be stupid for me to keep having it on. Sadly, that adjusts my box and puts it in the wrong freaking spot, which is going to be super annoying. Sorry, it's not even like OCD or anything right now, just adjusting the item bar so I know exactly how to get to my items is beneficial for when I do stuff. Okay. As you can see at the bottom there, next to the mini-map, there's literally just 2 monsters in the area this time. You automatically get a troop member on your team. Yeah, there's 2 Zitsuyakus. That's it. One of them has come to say hi to us already. Surprisingly enough. Damn, he's running away. Okay, usually I think they fight you together, or try to, sometimes. If that's the case, it's still not difficult. Because honestly, if they hit each other on accident, they will literally sit there and fight each other, which is funny. Sadly, the trooper got hit by that, but nothing I can do about that. For the little dude, he got blinded from stupidity. Pop. Can I get a mount off? Or are you gonna go? Yeah, there. Alright. And if anyone knows anything about Zizyaku, they're easy to knock down once mounted, and you always want to aim for their freaking heads. Because the faster you break the photophores, the faster you get the extra loot of the photophore, and can stop having to worry about their only mechanic that makes them even remotely challenging. I'm hoping that second one doesn't show up, but he's right behind me. So he might come to this one's aid. Yeah, he's here. I don't know if he's going to ignore me as long as I don't touch him, but nope, he's going for the flash. I'm getting blinded. No? Maybe not? Oh, they're being stupid with each other. Run away. No. I was so close to getting out of the range. Oh, that one's already, like, dead. Okay. Works for me. The first one that we were picking on, he's basically, I think he's going for a nap already. I didn't think I did that much damage to the little dude, but damn. I guess I tore him a new one. I only got like 2 combos off and 1 mount. He should not be anywhere remotely close to being ready to capture or anything. He's asleep. Yeah, this might be a waste and he might not be ready, but I'm gonna try it just because they normally don't go to sleep unless they're hurting. So, let's see what happens.